Welcome back to Entering the Light Fantastic, a channeled message from beyond the veil. I'm Nancy Myers, your host, and I'm here with my friend, medium, channel, psychic, person extraordinaire, my dear friend, Marty McRae. It's been a little while since we've had these sessions with Robbie, but you know, Robbie kind of dictates when he wants to talk to us, and he's now talking to Marty and letting us know that he wants to have a session, so he must have something to address. So what we do is we will let Marty have a few minutes. She will go into her trance, connect with Robbie, and then Robbie will let me know when he is embodying, working through Marty, and we have that connection. So Marty, is there anything you wanted to say to the audience before we send you off in trance?
Nope.
You ready?
Hi. Hey, thanks. I want to say thanks everyone for watching. That's really cool. I've heard from a lot of you in our down or off time, and everyone's wondering, are you going to do more of these? Are you done? You're not done, are you? And that's so nice that we have like people who watch. So who knew?
Yeah. Our last one was in April, and I was getting some comments also. Are you guys okay? Are you guys okay? And you know, there's a lot of adjustment through this COVID thing, but we're fine. I think we're both pretty much recovered from our accidents, and we're fine. So we're not going to do this on a weekly basis. Like I said, we'll let Robbie dictate, you know, whenever he's ready. But as soon as we get one, we'll put it up there.
Yep.
So with that being said, I'm going to let Marty go in her trance. And for those of you who haven't seen this before, I will edit that time out because sometimes it takes 2 to 5 minutes, and I don't want you staring at just a still screen. And then I'll edit that out and come back when we're ready to roll. So Marty, Robbie, take it away.
Okie dokie. Okay.
Robbie. How are you?
Hey.
I haven't talked to you for a while. I miss you.
Miss you too.
What you got up your sleeve today, son?
So, wow. A lot. There's a lot to talk about.
Okay. Can you start by telling us where you're talking to us from, or if anyone is with you?
No, it's just me and Marty. Yep.
Okay.
And
okay.
so we're just sitting in that one area. It's I don't know, what do you call this? It's we've got a fountain behind us, and we are sitting on this little low bench, yeah, by the fountain.
Oh, okay. You've described that before. Okay.
Yep. Just us. So, hey, mama.
What?
Wow. There's so much going on now, right? There's so much going on.
Are you talking about on your side or our side?
No, not over here. On your side and on Earth. This is like the craziest time, craziest freaking time.
Yeah, it's for sure.
I can't even believe it. I mean, I'm like, what? Every day in the news, there's something more, like things you never thought
possible.
Yeah. Crazy times. And I can't believe that you and Dad are in these times. And Jack, I mean, oh my God, it's like, what? Wow.
Yeah, they're crazy times, but we're not the only ones in these times. Everybody's trying to cope with this and find a rudder. We feel like we're a little bit lost. So if you can help us in that, we sure would appreciate it. No small feat, huh?
Sure. Yeah, just, I don't know. I don't even know what to say.
Well, I was just going to say, could I ask a question about that? Because You've come through many times and told me there's no such thing as time. And, you go forward and backward. And I know you've gone backwards because I know you visited me as a younger person. I know you can go forward, but you're limited as to what you can tell us about our future. But if you go forward, you have such a different perspective up there about what's going on here in the United States. Um, but can you go forward? Have you gone forward to see how this pandemic plays out, how the election plays out, not just here, but actually all over the world?
Yeah.
Can you give us any words of encouragement or hope?
Uh,
Oh, that wasn't good.
you know, it's okay. So there's free will. There's like so many things that affect the future.
No, I know there's like 100 different possibilities, right?
Yeah. So
Or more.
how can I put this? It's okay. So time. They want me to talk about time. It's not linear over here. In fact, it's really, it's not linear anywhere. It's just that that's like a framework that we've put on Earth, that Earth people have put on to make sense of, being at certain places, coordinating. Everyone's agreed to this time language. So that's one thing, okay? One thing.
Okay.
And a second thing would be, since it's not linear and time is just this sort of artificial grid that people have put on to the earth.
Well, what I understand about time, Rob, is, here on Earth, you talk about we're linear. We talk in the sense of past, present, and future. But you have come through before and said, there's no such thing as past, present, and future. It happens all at the same time where you are, right? Is that what you're trying to expand on?
Yes, everything's happening all at once. Yes. And so what's important to know about that is parallel universes. I think we talked about this before. So you need to know that you as a person, your soul, could be having several lives at once. And that can affect you. That can affect you in the life you're living right now on Earth. So you could be, over here in a different time period, in a different aspect of you, could be expressing itself in this other lifetime in a different world or universe. So, but that could be happening right now as you're living this life on Earth. So if you can wrap your brain around that, that's what it is. That's how this works. It's like I don't know, if you're trying to play the drums in one room and then someone in the other room is playing some really loud music and you're like, stop it, quit that. I mean, it's like it can be distracting.
Mm-hmm.
And what it is right now about this time on Earth, the veil in between, or say the doors in between the rooms where the other guy's playing his loud music that you hate and you're trying to drum and you're like, that's really bugging me. Well, that's the bleed through of another life, right? Those doors and walls are getting thinner and thinner and thinner. That okay, so that we're evolving into this consciousness where we're going to be able to be much more aware of the different lives that we're living all at once. Trippy, huh? Pretty trippy. It's trippy.
Yeah. It's so interesting that you're talking about this, but I mean, besides the interesting topic, but I just watched a special. There's a program on TV called The Universe, and they were talking about, the physicists and the scientists were talking about, they are starting to prove the existence of parallel universes or parallel dimensions, however you want to say that. So this isn't as far-fetched as it sounds when science is saying, yeah, this exists. It's quite incredible.
Well, it's not far-fetched because that's where I'm living. Okay,
Yeah.
that it's real. This is really real. I mean, this is what it is. So if you are feeling, when you go to sleep at night and you have these crazy wild dreams, like, oh wow, I don't know why that was happening, and I had this other life and I had a different wife or a different husband, and had, in this life I had kids and no dog, or in that life I had dogs and no kids. I mean, like that. It's real. Your soul is able to express itself in so many ways,
Hmm.
and at all happening now at the same time. And so that energy, the energy of that is it's just, can I just say this? It's kicking people's asses right now. It's like that's coming to earth. That energy, as above, so below, that it's coming to earth. The earth energy is changing. And so we have to accept that's going to be more and more and more. Like your dreams that you think that couldn't really be, could it? It seems so real. Yep. Except that you are living another time at night. And yes, the need for sleep is going to be drastically reduced.
Huh.
That's what's coming. That I can say for sure. Everyone's need for sleep, the way that humans are being upgraded right now, you won't have to sleep so much. Eventually, what I've seen we're talking like, I don't know, thousands of years from now.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, you can't really prove me on any of this. We'll all be gone by then. But what I'm saying is, I'll tell you this. What I'm saying is, what's going to happen is eventually you're going to be conscious in all those lives at the same time. So it's pretty wild. And yes, like that movie, The Matrix. I love that when I was, in life. The Matrix is sort of like, that's just the beginning of it. Okay. Mm-hmm. So if you've seen it, watched it, it's if you can wrap your brain around that the life you're living now really is an illusion. It's and you have much more power than what much more power to change things. Try it. Just try it. Imagine, if you want to change something bad that's going on in your life right now, just think of something much better. Hey, I don't like the way my life is in this way right now. I'm going to imagine myself out of this. And you're going to be amazed. That's going to happen much more faster. Now it takes, Earth time is really slow, but it's going to be like super fast, just popping.
So
yeah.
our manifestation powers will be increased. And I remember when you were here, you couldn't get enough of that movie, The Matrix. You were so amazed and wrapped up in trying to figure out that movie.
Yep.
It touched you somehow. The other thing too is there was just an article about sleep. And they're finding that, the myth of 8 hours is maybe just that, a myth. A lot of people don't need 8 hours, maybe 5, maybe 4. That's pretty incredible. But I have a question for you, just because of my earth brain down here, trying to wrap my head around, okay, and according to the physicists, there's an infinite number of universes, an infinite number of possibilities of, if we decide, okay, we're driving down the street and we're going to turn right, then our life goes to the right. But if we decide to go left, then that changes. So that exists in another universe. If we decide to go straight, that possibility exists in another universe. So it goes on and on and on and on. But my question is, Robbie, if there's all these universes and all of these me's, how do you know which one to talk to? And is there one that controls all the rest?
Okay. So that's a lot of questions.
Sorry.
So that's okay. So
Do you
I,
visit the other me's or do you just visit this me?
I've visited all possibilities. That's what I do a lot with my time. I like to see because I'm curious, right? I'm curious. I want to see what's up. I want to see what's up over there. What's up over there? Like, what if mom and dad lived this life and they played it out over here? Heck yeah, yeah, I'm gonna go see. And so, you
So
know,
so if there's all these possibilities, is there another part of the universe or another dimension where you still exist? So you can go visit your real life self in another dimension?
yep,
I mean, this is crazy.
yeah. No, there's infinite possibilities. And so what I think is really cool about this is that maybe somebody watching this will go, oh my God, I can really do that. So yeah, you really can. And it erases the fear of death, right? It
Yeah.
has to. There is no death. It's infinite possibilities. Um, you know, there is a separation energetically from the earth plane to this. So I'm now I'm separate. I'm tied to earth only by the love connections that I made. So there's love never dies, right? So it's I still can visit all my friends, that I'm interested to see what they're doing, and then like when you talk about me and you say my name, you'll be able to. I'll pop right back in because I hear it. Like, hey, what? What are they saying? And so that's a connection, energy. Really, to understand time, space, all this stuff, you have to understand energy.
Mm.
And you have to understand that it's all just changes in energy. Energy is going to be, well, that's the biggest thing. Getting more energy. How do you increase your energy? How can you increase your brain power? I used to get super, super tired in my life, like just, oh my God, like so exhausted from stress, just like stress of the job. I mean, I had a really intense job, and it was super, super. I didn't even know that I was stressed out. I didn't even know it. And until you come home at the end of the day and you're just wiped out, and you could just sit on the couch and play video games and just vegetate, and you're like almost so tired you can't even sleep. And so that's going away. That weird stuff is going away, and that's the good news about the future, that each human individually is going to be able to manage their own energy.
Mm.
It's like everything's coming back. Even the ironic thing about this is that we are going to be realizing our own individual power, but yet the way we get there, the way we get to realize our own individual power, is by reaching out in love, and by realizing how interconnected we all are on, yes, this cosmic web of consciousness. That when what someone does over here on the web is like, like that. Like you're shaking the web because
Yep.
you're thinking about someone, and then boom, they call, or you're connected. That is all just it's increasing right now, right? Yeah, you guys have noticed this, I know. So it's increasing right now, but it's going to be even more speeded up. So
Mm.
eventually you get to the point, like now we're at the point of, oh, I think of someone and isn't that interesting? They call on the phone. Yay. But it's going to be like 1,000 times faster than that eventually. That's what we're evolving to on Earth. Yeah. So pretty exciting stuff. Pretty exciting stuff.
Well, it's really interesting because when mediums or channels try to connect with the other side, what we're taught is raise your energy. Raise your energy to meet theirs. So you're telling me that this is happening, whether our energy is being raised and
Yeah.
sped up. Um, I mean, some of us try to do it, but even those that don't try, they're being sped up. So they're going to start feeling this.
Yep.
Okay.
That's why there's more and more people saying, oh my God, I'm a medium. I mean, it's like it's happening to everybody.
Yeah.
It's just that humans are evolving into much more spiritual people, and humans are evolving into a higher energy, and all that. Okay, yeah, all that extra stuff, like things you do to alter your consciousness, because yeah, and you know what I'm talking about, like
Mhm.
drugs, alcohol, all of that.
Psychedelics, a lot
Yeah,
of what people
it's
do.
all
Yeah.
there's going to be no need for that. You're just because the energy is so fast and pure that's coming in. And by the way, that energy is being sent. Uh, okay, we'll call it's being sent by God down to earth. But if you don't want to call it God, you can call it something else. But there's source. That's what we're doing here on the other side. That's the work that we do, is that we are sending you energy when you're in stress, when you're in trouble, when you're trying to get through stuff, you're having a rotten time. And, what do you do? A lot of people pray. A lot of people meditate, whatever. The way that you talk to us, talk to your people on the other side. That's what we're here for. That's what we want to do. Is we're managing and sending more energy to Earth. So Earth is a huge focus right now for all of us on the other side. Huge, huge.
So it's the spirit world, your world, um, that's raising us. I mean, we're trying to do our part, but literally, you're sending that higher vibration to us and raising us.
Yep.
It's not something we're doing on our own. We're not, I don't know that we can do that yet. So when you're sending us energy, we live on Earth, obviously, duh. And Earth to me is a living being. I Mother Earth, that's why we call her Mother Earth, breathes, exists, feeds us. Do you also then speed up Mother Earth's energy so that it's an earth energy that we feel because we're planted here, and also a divine energy, what I call the Christ consciousness energy. So that, does it raise the earth? Does it raise us? Is it a combination?
Combination, that's probably the best way to put it. And it does have to do with the planet right now.
Okay.
The planet Earth is receiving all this energy from everyone on the other side. That's the best way I can put it. And because you all live on the Earth, you're receiving it as well. But our focus right now is sending it to Earth and the people of Earth. There's a grid, as you know, that goes all around the Earth. Ley lines, those lines. You can look it up online. First and foremost, think about your impact on others during your day.
Yeah.
That's it. That's
And I
really
think
all
that
people have to do.
and that will carry us through even these trying times. If we look out for each other, I think that's what we need to do.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that just makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. It was really interesting. Robbie, you talked about the ley lines and the sacred geometry and the energy coming to the earth and the energy within the earth. For my audience, I think Robbie was um, plugging my book a little bit, but my new book is coming out the end of this month. It's called Encircled by the Light Fantastic. And Robbie and I kind of wrote it together, and he talks about, the energy and the grids and the sacred geometry. So, and we do it in a simple way. I'm not physicists, mathematicians, scientists. So it's a pretty basic way that Robbie worked through me to explain it. So, but it's interesting because it is changing. I mean, even people who don't do this work, there's something different happening. People can feel it.
Yep, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, we're going to see it more and more.
Hmm.
I mean, you guys are going to see it more and more. We're already seeing where this is going over here. And if people can keep their consciousness focused on what can I do right now, just me personally, that's all you can do. You don't have control over others. You don't have control over anything except for how you are in the world.
Yep.
So if you just, start each day focusing on being the best person you can be, your world around you is going to fall into place and fall into order very, very easily and quickly and simply. That's all I can say. And that is going to generate positivity, generates more energy. And yes, the secret, right? You'll be attracting more and more and more of that into your life.
Yeah. What you've taught me, Robbie, is it's easy to be kind. It doesn't cost anything to be kind. And there is always something to be grateful for. And if we try to do those two things, we affect a lot more people than we realize. Light eventually conquers dark. And it's those simple, simple things. It's one at a time, right?
Yeah.
So maybe that's what you're trying to tell us is we do this one at a time and we're going to get through this.
Yes. No, exactly. That's it. That's all you can do is
Yeah.
be the best person you can be.
Yeah.
And it's contagious, right?
Yeah.
When you give
That'll
something.
be the new pandemic.
Yeah.
I like
Wow. Yes. Oh, yes. That's a good one. Yes.
it. Yeah. Well, with that, we've been chit-chatting. Usually, I try to keep these at 30 minutes. Is there anything else you want to say, son, before I
say I'm sending love to you and
Aw,
sending love to everyone, especially Jacqueline, because Jacqueline needs to hear from me.
that's his sister.
Jacqueline, what's up? Love you.
She will appreciate that. Well, as always, quite a conversation, my son. I'm going to have to listen to this a couple times myself. But I appreciate you giving us this wisdom and insight from the other side. I thank you for being with us. I'll look forward to the next time. So with that, I'll ask you to return my friend, and I say goodbye. You guys must have had quite a conversation after the session there, huh?
Yeah, he's so funny.
Well, I hope this brought some insight to the audience. I know it's a pretty deep subject, but Robbie tells us what it is he thinks we need to know at the time. I am going to put a plug in for my dear friend here. Our contact information is at the end of this video, but Marty is doing something now called soul readings, and they are quite amazing. So if you want to schedule a soul reading with Marty, her contact information is at the end, and I highly, highly recommend it. So with that, I will say goodbye until next time. Bye, everybody.
Bye. Thank you.